Every Christmas day, while everyone is doing their Christmas activities, whether it's opening presents or eating Christmas lunch, we always have a slate of NBA games with really good matchups. We've had a lot of memories with these Christmas Day games, like for example when Kyrie Irving hit the dagger versus the Warriors. Or matchups that were very hyped up, like when Kobe and Shaq played in 2006. We have good games, we have bad games, and this year is no different. And we got some great slates for NBA games this year too, and the biggest game out of all of them is for the fight for the #1 seed, which is Suns vs Warriors. Now currently it's tied. Both teams are 1-1 versus each other during the season. The Suns currently have the lead in the West right now, so the winner of this Christmas Day game will have the #1 seed in the Western Conference. They will also have bragging rights versus the Warriors for about 4 months when they play the next matchup on March 30th. Before the season started, a lot of people thought this was going to be an okay matchup. I don't think the NBA thought the Suns were going to do that good this year, even though they came fresh off of finals, and I don't think the Warriors were going to do as good as they thought. So what was supposed to be just a good matchup, nothing special, is now everything in the eyes of these teams. And they're starting to develop a little bit of a rivalry right now. 2 years ago, the Warriors were on top of the NBA, and 2 years ago, the Suns were at the bottom of the NBA. 2 years later, both of these teams are fighting to make the NBA Finals, and both are really good contenders in their said conferences. Now, when I was brainstorming for this video, my first initial thought was to say that this game did not matter. It's just a Christmas Day game. While yes, bragging rights are in play, yeah, if the Warriors win, they're gonna be the #1 seed, but they can turn around and lose like 2 straight games and the Suns are back to the 1 seed. I was gonna downplay the matchup and say it wasn't that big of a deal no matter who won. It was just gonna be a good game, but that's it. But there's a reason I do research, because it turns out that this game means a lot more than a lot of you guys might think. In every single NBA Finals to ever go on in the NBA for 75 years, 72% of the time the #1 seed won the whole thing. However, when you go to the #2 seed, your odds drop down to 14%, which I have to admit honestly shocked me, because in my opinion it really seemed like that the #1 seeds were starting not to win anymore. But apparently I just have short memory loss, because it turns out that most of the time the #1 seed is going to win. And what's even scarier is that if you're the 2 seed, your odds go down by 58%. Mind you, this isn't just the Western Conference, this is every single NBA Finals, so either the #1 seed in the East or the #1 seed in the West. So whoever's going to be the #1 seed in the Eastern Conference, whether it's the Bucks or Nets or Bulls or whoever, this will still apply to them at the end of the day. Now, this means a lot more to both the Suns and the Warriors than you might actually think. For example, for the Suns, this is revenge, because yes, they won game #1, they lost game #2 without Devin Booker. Not even just that game, but a lot of people see the Suns as frauds and not an actual good team. But when you break it down and you start to watch this team, you realize that they are so damn talented. This isn't just a bubble run where, oh, players look better than they are. That was the beginning of the Phoenix Suns rise. Some people say that, oh, the Suns are just beating teams that are bad, but if we look at the statistics, versus teams over 500, they have a record of 14-3, which means that they're able to go face to face with some of the best teams in the NBA. And the Phoenix Suns for the longest time have not been on Christmas Day. Last time the Suns played on Christmas Day was 2009 versus the LA Clippers, which they won that game by 27. But if you're a real Suns fan and you've seen the way this team has been for the past 5 to 10 years, you would probably know why they haven't been on Christmas Day, which is fair enough because the team hasn't been that good, which is okay. I wouldn't want a bad team on Christmas Day. But now the team is good and the team is ready to take on anyone they need to. Devin Booker, DeAndre Ayton, Chris Paul, Mikal Bridges, all these young guys are finally going to get their chance to show everyone what they can do. They've stepped up to the plate versus the Warriors before, and I don't think they're afraid to do that again. If Phoenix wins this game, they're going to remain the #1 seed, and a lot of people in their eyes will see the Suns as the #1 seed. Even casuals will have to take notice that this team is actually good. The Suns are currently on a 5-game win streak, and it seems like they're trying to break their 18-game win streak that the Golden State Warriors demolished. Pray to God nothing happens before the game that prevents both teams from being fully healthy. We're going to get an amazing game, and the Phoenix Suns have a real chance to show everyone what they're about. The Warriors, on the other hand, have a lot to lose. If the Golden State Warriors go down 2-1 versus their matchups versus the Suns this year, a lot of people are going to pick Phoenix over Golden State, which is fair enough, because the only reason why some people would say the Warriors beat the Suns last time by over 20+ was because that Devin Booker was not playing. Also, Mikal Bridges was gone for most of the first half, but now Devin Booker is back and Mikal Bridges is back, so we have a great matchup set up with both teams being fully healthy at the time of recording this. Now, Golden State is only the 2 seed just because they have one more loss than the Suns because they played an extra game. However, if the Suns had the same record, I believe that the Warriors would be the number 1 seed because the Warriors won their last matchup. No one doubts that the Warriors are a good team. In fact, a lot of people already have them as their NBA final champions. Earlier on, before the season even started, I said the Warriors had an A+ free agency, and a lot of people called me crazy and said that this team is just going to be a flop. However, if we look now, it's very apparent that I was right. The Warriors are a great team and no one's going to take that away. For the Warriors, they're going to lose a lot more if they lose to the Suns versus if the Suns were to lose, because no one expects the Suns to win. That's the thing. If the Suns win, it seemed as a miracle. Mikal Bridges literally put Steph Curry in jail in their first matchup. Steph Curry had his worst performing game of his whole entire career in a year where he's breaking records. The Suns aren't these other young teams. They're young, yes, they have some veterans, but they're mostly a young team. And the Suns are not afraid to back down from competition, and the Warriors know that. The Warriors are ready for this matchup, and they've been wanting this rematch ever since the first couple games. I expect it to be close if nothing goes wrong for either team. Now, most of you on the channel know, or if you look at my profile picture, you probably know what my favorite team is, thus you know who I'm gonna go with. Even if I try to justify statistics and seeding and just straight up matchups, we all know why I'm going to be picking them. I could try to tell you that even if I wasn't a Suns fan that I would be picking this team, but regardless, I'm a Suns fan and I'm gonna be a little biased. But I'm going to admit that right now. However, this isn't like a matchup like if the Pistons were playing the Warriors and like, oh, I'm a Pistons fan, so I'm gonna pick them. But the crazy thing is that the Suns are actually favored in this game, which I mean, I want to say like, oh, that's not crazy, but is that not a little crazy? Especially because the Suns are playing on Christmas Day on national television versus one of the best teams, if not the best team in the NBA. Every single person I've talked to about basketball tells me that the Warriors are the best team in the NBA, which is fair enough in their opinion because the Warriors are definitely going to be a contender for the NBA Finals, not just the Western Conference. However, I wouldn't doubt if the Phoenix Suns come out with a win and a lot of people start to respect them. But if the Warriors absolutely start going on a tear and maybe even go on like a 20-game win streak, don't be surprised if this is the game that fuels them. With that being said, I'm predicting the game is going to be 117 to about 102 Suns. Now, if you have stayed till the end of the video, I got a special treat for you guys. Most people do not stay till the end of the video. About 56% of you guys stay even around the 4-minute mark. And I didn't want to promote this because I know a lot of people would only subscribe just for this, or I'd have a bunch of fake people telling me they subscribe. But in honor of Christmas, I'm going to be doing a $20 giveaway. It can be a gift card or Cash App or Zelle, whatever. I'm going to be giving it away. I know it's not a lot of money, but the thing is, I'm a small creator and I still want to do something like this to give back to you guys because you guys are the biggest thing in my life right now. If I had the choice between giving back all my Christmas presents or having you guys, I would choose you guys instantly. I'm not telling you that a YouTuber that doesn't give away to his fans isn't like caring about his audience, but I wanted to do this just for the Christmas spirit and because I love you guys. In the comment section below, I want you guys to pick who you think is going to win, Suns or Warriors, and I want you to put your Twitter or Instagram. Make sure that you do clarify and I'll be picking a winner the next day. I'm gonna announce it on my YouTube community post or my Twitter, so whichever one you think it's easier to find, make sure you look at that. I'll make sure I message the winner as well so they don't have to just go looking and they can see it themselves. But guys, thank you so much for all the support lately. I have a video I plan to make at the end of the year where I just talk about a lot of stuff, so make sure you guys do stay tuned for that. I'm probably not going to be that active on YouTube during Christmas Day. I'm actually taking the day off of work. I'm recording this on Christmas Eve. So guys, I hope you guys have a Merry Christmas and a happy holiday. Spend time with your family. I hope you got everything you wanted on your Christmas list, and thank you guys so much for just everything. I can't stop thanking you guys. I know it might be repetitive, but thank you. Like I said, I'll be picking a giveaway winner tomorrow, but anyways, I hope you guys have a Merry Christmas. I'll see you guys in the next video. Have an amazing day. Take care. Cue that outro for the one time. Everybody fuck with me cause I got a check. I ain't going hard enough. My mama told me go harder. I'ma pull up with a 45 and I'm chopper.